Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2017-2018 Netflix original film, What Happened to Monday. This stars Noomi Rapace, Glenn Close, Willem Dafoe, Marwan Kenzari. I love Marwan. Bunch of other people. So Glenn Close is the main villain. Willem Dafoe is in there for like 4 scenes. But Noomi Rapace, I can't say her name, I apologize. Noomi, Noomi is incredible, playing 7, what is that, septuplets? Sextuplets is 6, septuplets would be 7, right? Octuplets would be 8, quintuplets would be 5, yeah, okay. The trailer does not give this film the credit it deserves. This was an incredible movie. This is what, 2 hours long? It's a sci-fi dystopian cyberpunk kind of movie. It takes place in like 2035, 2037, something like that. The world is overpopulated, and there's a child something act that goes into effect that only families can have one child. If you have a sibling, they need to be processed. If you conceive another child and their siblings, they have to be processed, and they're put into a cryo sleep kind of thing. Glenn Close plays a scientist who is in charge of all of this worldwide. This movie takes place in England, but it's all broken into sectors. Now, there's no more cars, there's no more modes of transportation, really. It's just, there's too many people, so they all have to walk the streets, stuff like that. So, Willem Dafoe's daughter had 7 kids, septuplets. Now, why people are having more than one child or more than twins or more than triplets is because the food has to be processed now in warehouses and factories, stuff like that. So it's just easier to make food, but because of the genetic modifications of the products, it's causing different genetic mutations within humanity. So that's why people are able to reproduce more, and that's why you're only allowed to have one child. Very interesting concept. I know China did that for a while, that you were only allowed to, like, present day was you were only allowed to have like 1 kid or something like that. I don't know how it was policed, but I remember hearing something like that. So this caught my eye because the premise is there's 7 kids. They're not allowed to be alive except one. Willem Dafoe is their grandfather, so he hides them and he names them all the days of the week. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And they are each allowed to go out into the world pretending to be one girl named Karen on the day that they're named. So Monday goes out Monday, Tuesday goes out Tuesday, Wednesday goes out Wednesday, etc. Right? Everything is fine. They get into their early 30s. They work at a bank. Karen works at a bank. But they have nightly meetings where they have to refresh of, like, you know, what they did, who they talked to, stuff like that. So Monday does not come home on a Monday. And then everyone's freaking out, trying to figure out what to do. And then Tuesday goes out, pretending to be Monday, and she herself gets taken. And she gets processed. She's going to be processed in this, you know, facility, in this bureau facility. But shit goes down. It's the best way to say it. It felt like a miniseries, to be honest. If this was longer, let's say this was 4, if it had an extra 2 hours, it would have been a great, like, miniseries. Tuesday's eye's taken at one point to break into, you know, for retinal scanning to the, you know, giant apartment all of them have. And then they're all trying to escape the bad guys, basically. And they're trying to find their sisters, and they're trying to figure out what happened to Monday. And then where'd Tuesday go? What happened to Wednesday? Things of that nature. So as the time goes on, the only people that are still alive are Monday, Thursday, and Tuesday, right? Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So there's massive battles, and we find out that Monday's been sleeping with some bureau guy for so long, and she is trying to, you know, get rid of her sisters by stealing hundreds of millions of dollars from the bank to get to Glenn Close's character for her, you know, campaign or something like that, for her running a political campaign to keep up this stuff. But it turns out that the kids are not getting processed in a cryosleep. They're actually getting incinerated in a burn chamber. They are put to sleep, but then they are incinerated in a burn chamber. So then that information gets leaked. All hell breaks loose. We find out that Monday is pregnant with that bureau guy's babies the whole time. She's having twins. So she dies. The babies get thrown in a, giant vat of liquid to then continue the gestation, and it's just Tuesday and Thursday left with the bureau guy. It was a weird simplification I just did, and I realize that doesn't really help anyone who's about to watch this movie. But to those of you who have watched this movie, that's the point of these reviews. We discuss the movie itself. So I did not expect that movie to be so incredible. I just thought it was going to be another fluff kind of indie film for Netflix, right? I did not expect blockbuster quality sounds, scores, editing, props. Like, this was an incredible movie. I have not heard anything about this movie. I only know it exists because I was scrolling through Netflix and I saw a trailer of it. Why don't I know that this movie exists? Did you know that this movie exists? There's so many twists and turns in this movie. It kept me on my feet. And all the action sequences, incredible. I need more. I need more. I need an aftermath. I need to know what happens with these kids now. These twins. Do they go into space? Who knows? I want to know. I loved it. What happened on Monday? Go check it out on Netflix right now. Mucho mahalo.